Hi students, this is Erika Lawson, your teacher for this semester, and I just wanted to touch base with you and share a little story about myself, about how I became an educator. So way back in the 80s, when I was in high school, I wasn't a very good student. I really struggled. I was really good at English and writing, which is good for you since I teach ESL. I wasn't really great at math, but I just wasn't motivated. I did graduate from high school, but I didn't think I was college material. I didn't even know I could get into a college. I wasn't on a college track. So I happened to talk to one of my coworkers, and she told me about Evergreen Valley College. And I didn't know that Evergreen or community colleges accept everyone. So then I decided that that's what I was going to do. So I graduated from high school and I went to Evergreen Valley College. And I didn't really know what I wanted to do. I took many classes because I was really curious about lots of different things. And one class that I took was a career planning class. And then the class gave you all these different personality tests. And a lot of the tests were saying things like maybe being a therapist or going into psychology or going into education or becoming a teacher. So I decided to try it out and see if I liked teaching. So I went to my elementary school that I used to go to, and I went and I talked to my favorite teacher at my elementary school. She was my fourth grade teacher, Mrs. Nelson, and I asked her if I could do some volunteer work in her class. So she set up a time and I came and I volunteered once a week, and I really got to know the students. And ironically, she had me tutor students in math, but fortunately I can do fourth grade math. But so then I was tutoring a student and they were really struggling, and then they just had this aha moment, this epiphany, and they got the concept, and that feeling just felt so great that I realized that teaching was what I wanted to do. So then I spent many years at Evergreen. I think I spent 4 years at Evergreen, and I worked every weekend, every holiday. I worked at a grocery store, so I know what it's like to be a student and also to have to work and put yourself through college. So I finally transferred to San Jose State, and it took me 7 years to get my degree. And then I spent a couple years getting my teaching credential. So originally, I taught elementary school. And after I graduated, I taught for a couple of years in elementary school. And my first class was pre-kindergarten, and half of my students were second language learners. And I had never been trained how to teach second language learners. So then I was concerned. I was talking to my mentor teacher, what do I do? And then I didn't realize that kids pick up languages really fast. But it made me very curious about second language acquisition. So then after I taught for a few years, I had a baby, and I wanted to stay home with my babies. So I was just a stay-at-home mom. But while I was doing that, I went back to school and I took classes to get my TESOL certificate, so to teach English as a second language. And I did my student teaching, and I really liked it. I really loved the students, and I loved learning about different cultures. And so I got my TESOL certificate first. And then later, I went back and got my master's in TESOL. And fortunately, I was able to go back to my college and to become a teacher. And so that's where I've been for the last 11 years. And I'm always trying to grow and push myself and learn more things. So this is my story about how I became a teacher. So that's it. And okay, bye.